Hello, everybody. Good evening. How are you all doing? Can you give me a quick confirmation if you guys can see me, hear me, and see the screen? Is everything in order? Okay, great. I'm seeing some responses. Great. All right. Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi. Okay, let's get started. This is a session which is going to be conducted jointly by both of us, being ACCA Punya as well as Tushita. Those of you who do not know us, we are basically, the venture is being ACCA, and here we are not only aiming to just help you with your ACCA papers, but we are also trying our level best, going the next mile with helping you people how you can actually upskill yourself, because clearing the qualification is a basic requirement, but then not everybody who has cleared the qualification has a job or is working in a good company or a company that they like. So what exactly do you need to be industry ready, to be ready to do the job that you like? Some of us may be willing to go for some of the corporate jobs. Some of us may want to start up a business of our own. So what are the skills that we as finance professionals, ACCA is an accounting and finance qualification. So as accounting and finance professionals, what are the different skills that we should be having? Now, when it comes to skills, guys, a lot of you think that it'll just be about the technical skills. But can you guys let me know, if I know everything, but I don't know how to talk to people, I don't know how to deal with my colleagues, do you think I'll be able to succeed in a corporate or any place if I don't know how to deal with people, interact with them? What do you think? Will it be possible? No. I could be expert at all the jobs that I have to do, but if I don't know how to deal with people, if I don't know how to communicate well, if I'm not a team player, then it will be extremely difficult to survive. So just to clarify, in skills, we do not just mean technical skills, we also mean the soft skills. So, here in today's session, both Punya and I are going to take you people through what are the different skills that you should be having. These skills will include both technical and soft skills, so that it's going to be something which can help you succeed in the modern business world where everything is changing by the second. Right now, as we are meeting for this session, we can see that the tensions among the Middle Eastern countries are rising. So, do you think that affects? How many of you think that the Middle Eastern conflicts do not affect you people? What do you guys think? Does it affect us? Does it not affect us? If we are here living in India, whatever is happening over there, the country is having a war, does it affect us? Okay, great. So I'm seeing in the chat box a lot of you are saying that it will affect us. Even if you are not using the resources directly, even if you are not living there directly, but some way or the other, it is definitely going to impact you. Yes, petrol prices are on the rise. Absolutely. So these are, in today's times, you cannot just stick to whatever you're learning in your books. Whatever is happening around the world, practically, that also impacts us, that also impacts businesses. So we as accounting and finance professionals, we should know about these things. We should be skilled enough to analyze these changes which are happening around the world, so that we can be a value addition to the company where we work. So like I was telling you people, in today's time, skills matter actually more than the degrees. So you would see that, if you talk about the majority of the founders of big companies, big startups who have made it big, what do you people think? Do you always see that they have the best of the MIT and Harvard degrees? Is it necessary? Is it necessary to have a MIT or Harvard degree so that only my startup is going to succeed? What do you think? Not anymore, right? It is your skills that matter. We recently saw how, if I give you people an Indian example, I think it was Zepto, whose founders were in their 20s, who were barely college students, and one of them was actually a dropout from Harvard. So just a degree, having a very fancy degree, a very high institute degree, it's not a guarantee that you will be able to succeed. What do you need to succeed? It is skills. Your skills are way, way more meaningful compared to a degree. Anybody can go to college college, obtain a degree, but the skills are something which will actually help you make money in the real world. So today, companies definitely qualification will be a minimum criteria, the eligibility requirement. But then, if you people see, if you are all ACCA students, now when you go to apply for a job, maybe 1,000 students have applied for a job and there are 500 openings, so one out of two people has to be selected. Now in that case, assuming that all 1,000 people are ACCA qualified guys, so what do you think, how will the company shortlist 500 from them? There are 1,000, I only need 500 people, how do I shortlist them? Think and tell me. By looking at their skills, isn't it? How fit they will be in the company. Absolutely right. So these are the things which are going to matter. And yes, because everyone is qualified. Now, what do? You look at their past performance, you look at their experience, you look at their skills. How well will they fit in the culture? So right now, today's companies are looking for more than just degrees. They are looking at the way you solve the problems. So do you have that analytical thinking mindset that you'll be able to take on the challenges which we face in today's business environment? Do you have the skills to interpret the numbers? Now, every company all around the world, they are collecting the data, but just data will not help the company. What do I have to do? I have to analyze that data. I have to interpret that data. That is what is going to help me with my decisions. So, do you have those interpretation skills? Do you have a business understanding? Whichever company you are working for, what is the industry where they are operating? How well do you know about the environment around you? What are the competitors like? What do the customers require in today's times? All of these things become a part of the business understanding. Further, communication, like whatever you people are learning today, do you just rote learn the formulae, or do you actually understand those concepts? And once you have understood those concepts, are you able to communicate them to your peers or not? This is what you mean by communication. Now, communication, if I just tweak a little bit words here and there, the entire meaning of my sentence or the piece of information which I'm sharing, it can completely change. So using the right words when you're communicating, using the right expressions, the different phrases can mean different things to different people. So that is what communication is, and employers are looking for people who have good communication skills. Further, technology usage. Now, guys, we do not know exactly whether it's a boon or a bane, but today's time, it's completely undeniable fact that the world that we are living in today, it's completely an AI driven world. The effects, positives and negatives, they are yet to fully uncover, but we know that AI is here. The benefits will also be there, some drawbacks will also be there. But if in today's time, now, we are being ACCA, we receive so many queries that, ma'am, AI is taking shape. So are we going to lose our jobs because of AI? Will companies no longer need ACCAs because AI is gaining so much of importance? Now, guys, the answer over here is, there are going to be two kind of people. First will be the ones who are going to actually end up losing their jobs. Which kind of people will not be replaced? Do you guys know that? Any guesses? There will be some employees. Now, company cannot work without absolutely any employees, right? Some employees have to be there. Can you think and let me know which sort of employees will actually remain in the company? Yes, the ones who upskill themselves, the ones who know how to use AI to take the strategic advantage, not the one necessarily who knows everything. You don't need to know everything. You need to know how you can use AI to get your everything done. These are the kind of people who are going to remain in the company. The people, if let's suppose there are 5 people working in the company, now only 2 people have to be there. So 3 will be removed, and the 2 which will stay in the company, these will be those people who know how to get the things done using AI. The 3 people who are laid off will be because they do not know how to use AI, or whatever manual work they were doing, that is being done by the AI. So how are you able to get the things done from the AI? If you know that thing, then you will be able to retain your jobs, and you will most likely be given good salary hikes also. How to adapt to AI? We are going to slowly have different sessions where we will teach teach you these different skills: data analytics, Power BI, SQL, and we are also planning to launch courses on artificial intelligence. So all of this we are slowly going to teach you that how you can become that person who is going to stay in the company because you know how to use the technology to your advantage. Right? Are you all with me till here?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. So now moving forward to the role of the new finance professional. Now, the way that finance professionals are operating all around the world. Earlier, it used to be very different. Now, because the world is changing so fast, it is a different role which the finance professionals will play. So, if I talk about the earlier finance professionals, what did they used to do? They used to record the transactions. They used to prepare reports manually, which took hours and hours. They used to do the compliance related work. That means following the rules and regulations set by the government, the tax authorities. And then they used to do the data entry work. This transaction happened. We sold this much. We purchased this much. This is what the earlier finance professionals were doing. But now, because we have so many softwares, we have so many different artificial intelligence softwares coming up, the role of finance professional is not just the things that they used to do earlier. Recording transactions is automated. Preparing reports, you can just give the data to an artificial intelligence software, and the report, which a human being could probably take 5 to 6 hours to make, the same report can be generated by AI within a matter of few minutes. So this is how the work which we were earlier manually doing, this is being completely replaced by AI. So what exactly is the new finance professional required to do? You people are supposed to act as a business advisor. You people have to be a decision maker, and not just any random decision maker, the kind of a decision maker where you use data to make your decisions. Data is the new oil. You would have heard of it. Earlier, the countries who used to have large and large of oil resources, they used to be very rich. But now who is going to be rich? The people who have data. Because data, once you analyze it, once you use it to the full potential, it can actually give you the best of the results. So finance professionals would be required to use data to make the best of the decisions. And then you also have to be a risk analyst. What do we mean by risk analyst? You have to analyze what are the different risks which are being faced by a company, so that any bad thing which can possibly happen in the future, that can be prevented and it can be stopped today itself. And you also have to become a strategy partner for the company. What do we mean by strategy? Strategy is the way that which the company is going to operate, so that they are able to maximize their profits, they're maximizing their market share and everything. So this is a very big shift which is happening, which is extremely very important in today's time, because if you continue to do the role of an old finance professional, you are not going to make it into the today's world where everything that we do is slowly and slowly shifting. So this shift is there, because of which, rather than just learning our professional qualifications, we also have to continuously upskill ourselves. Now, what are the core finance skills that you people will need? I'm handing over to Punya. She is going to tell you what are the skills that we need so that we can become a core finance professional.
Hi everyone. So, how are you liking the session till now? Good. Okay, great. So now let's discuss some of the core technical and finance skills that we usually see around us. A lot of people do tend to tell us that this is something that you and I both should be knowing if we are stepping into the world of finance and accounting, right? So the very first thing that we have is financial statement analysis. Financial statement analysis basically mean whenever you guys are seeing any financial statement, let's suppose say of a random company, Reliance, or a listed entity or a small SME also, you should be able to see how the revenues or the profits, everything is going upon in that particular company. Is it increasing because of a particular reason? Is it decreasing because of a particular reason? And to be honest, right now you all would be hearing everybody say, do this, do that. I am also right now here saying to you people that do the financial statement analysis. What is it? But nobody actually tells us how to take that first step, right? Now, I will tell you one activity which you people should do when right now if you're ACCA students and if you appeared for your March attempt, you would be now free. Of course, we don't have any exams right now, so this is the best time that you can invest in things like these. And these are not specific to one type of industry. If you go into any of the domains, be it audit, be it financial accounting, be it taxation, any of the phases or any of the domains that you go into, these skills are going to help you out a lot. Okay, so how to do the first step for the financial statement analysis? So first of all, I would say to you, on a weekly basis, perform this activity on a weekly basis, or even if you have time, you can do it on daily basis. So go to Google and download the financial statements. Of course, you will be having a lot of listed companies financial statements already available to you people on Google. So go there, download the statement, and start with thinking they have multiple different things in the financial statements. They have P&L accounts, they have balance sheets, they have comprehensive incomes, they have notes to accounts, a lot of things that we already know these things in terms of the context, in terms of the theory, but we might not be very very familiar with actually how do they look like, right? So that's the first step that you people should be doing, is look at how the actual financial statements look like. It's not a very difficult job. You just go to Google, you'll be able to find the financial statements, you can download those, you can check out how those look like. Okay, that's the first step. Then the next step is check out the first, supposingly let's take the example of P&L account. We have numerous different things in P&L account going around. We have revenues, we have certain kinds of expenses, we have profits and losses. If the company is loss making, identify what exactly is the reason the company is loss making. Like, I'm sure a lot of you might also be doing stock market study, right? This share is good, this is not good, this is how it is good, this is why it is good, right? Similarly, do the same thing for your financial statements also. It's going to get you a lot of information, not just about the company, but also about how you are able to analyze them. You people all have learned different types of ratios in all of your ACCA courses as well, right? So take out the ratios, gross profit, net profit, study them. Okay, and with the help of AI, I think it is becoming even more easier for you people to study. I'm not saying to just download the balance sheet or financial statements of a company, put it to ChatGPT and ask him that what is the financial statement analysis and give me that. No, I am asking you to do that job so that from scratch you understand how exactly does it work or does it look like actually. And then you can go on to ChatGPT, try and understand things better from it. Whatever analysis you have done, you can discuss it with that also. You can put that same thing into ChatGPT, ask him what is his views, etc. Of course, there's a possibility that he might give, or ChatGPT might give some different views. So again, you will gain a lot of knowledge because of the same reason. You'll get to know a lot the companies way better. And then ultimately, if this is your core work that you're going to do in the future, or currently if you're doing the same, it is going to help you out a lot. Okay, the next thing is business understanding. Now, this is also, the first one was very core to our financial statements, right? The next one is business understanding how the business world looks like. I'm sure some of you over here also might be interested in starting your own passion, starting your own businesses, being an entrepreneur, etc. So for that, you need to know certain kind of things which are, of course, not really taught in our books, of course, which we need to gain the knowledge from our own practical experiences, right? So whatever, for example, you have interest in food industry, FMCG industry, or automobile industry, or AI industry, which is very booming, solar, etc. Whatever industry that you have interest in, pick that industry first for first week. Again, this is a weekly activity that you people can do. Now, for that particular industry, check out what all companies are there. Like, what are the bigger companies, what are the smaller companies which are working, which are the startups which are working. Again, you can use AI to get the knowledge out of it. You can use Google also to get the knowledge out of it, to get to know exactly what is happening in that particular industry. Or you can also choose that industry wherein you potentially want to work in the future, right? So then take a breakdown of it and check what are the businesses that are there, which I already talked about. Then check what are the strategies that they follow to, what are the things that they do in terms of their risk management, or what are the things that they do for their production, what type of products are there in the market, what is the competition like, what are the rules and regulations surrounding that, just like a case study. Like in ACCA also, for every exam we have multiple different types of case studies. Similar to that, sit down on a weekend or a weekday whenever you get time. It will not take more than 1 hour, 1.5 hours to do this all thing. Just make a case study for yourself, study it, check out the revenues, which sector is booming, what is the growth potential, how are they gaining the equity or debts or whatever funds that they are getting, what type of companies are there. I would also encourage you people to watch shows like Shark Tank. I know it is little controversial, but you do get, as a beginner, I'm telling you, it gets you a lot of knowledge. For me personally also, I was from accounting background only in my school days, 11th and 12th, but I never used to be fascinated by all of these words. I never used to study a lot about these words. But when Shark Tank season 1 came, if you people remember, it came in, I think COVID pandemic, it came in. And that was because nobody had anything to do. And even I was sitting all ideal. So I started watching, and I genuinely gained a lot of perspective and a lot of knowledge about certain different things that are actually prevailing in the real world also. So I'm not saying only watch Shark Tank, you can watch other similar shows, but it gets you a lot of at least the basic knowledge. कि basic knowledge जैसे कि कैसे funds होते हैं, what type of equities are there, how does a company work. There are so many different ideas that these all pictures get to the Shark Tank stage, etc. So you get a lot of perspective actually what is happening in the real world. So invest your time, guys, because sometimes right now, especially when you people are all free, if you're a full-time SSA student, so right now is the best time that you can invest in things like this, which is going to ultimately help you in the future, help you in the future careers also, and not just from the job perspective, in your actual own life. Plus, if you are somebody who wants to, have a business also, it's going to help you out a lot. Okay. So this is the second activity. The third activity is risk awareness. Now, you people have all studied about types of risk: operational risk, financial risk, competitive risk, regulatory risk. All of these risks also you people have already studied in honor of your junior level classes. But try and use these terms in real life also. Search upon these, what type of risk a company usually faces, etc. That is going to help you out a lot. When you actually go into a corporate world wherein you are supposed to do all of these things for basically for in real world also, not just from the study perspective. That is the reason we always say that never ever, whatever papers that you people are appearing, PM, FM, AA, etc., whatever papers that you people are appearing for, we always say never ever learn anything, right? If you people understand the meaning of financial risk, it is going to help you a lot in real life ultimately, right? So that is the third thing that is there. So I hope that you people are going to do some kind of these activities every single week, at least, not day. I'm sure that that's not really practically possible. So only talking about practicality, at least take a week, and in that particular week, at least give 1 or 2 hours every single day to understand these things, so that you are able to better be equipped before you step into the corporate world. All right. Next thing that we are going to talk about is some of the tools. Now, a lot of you people on an everyday basis message us that what are the actually tools that we should be knowing apart from our daily daily knowledge of ACCA or any other papers. So let's discuss those. The first one is Microsoft Excel. Now, this is a very, very powerful tool. If I tell about myself, I'm working in EY right now. I'm basically working in risk advisory, and there also we use Excel. And to be very honest with you and very frank with you people, when I started with my job, I had, of course, the basic knowledge of Excel, like sum function, total, basic I knew, but I did not know a lot of advanced features, which I was very ashamed that time that I should be knowing this at least. So in my corporate also, of course, eventually, you get that hang of it. But when you go to a corporate and when you already know all of these things really well, you get even more confident in front of your seniors also, that look, I know already these things. You don't need to invest that much of time into me. And even in your interviews also, I'm sure if I open any of your any of your resume, I'm sorry, I will be seeing one of the skills as Excel. I'm sure you people all would have written Excel as one of your skills, but very few of you would be knowing actual advanced version of Excel, right? And sometimes, I'm not saying all of the times, I was asked, few of the students who took the interview sessions with me, they were also asked, because whatever interviews you people are going to appear for, the interviewer who is sitting, the primary source that you're going to ask you questions from is your resume. Okay, so if you have written Excel, they might ask you, what is X lookup, what is V lookup, how do we do pivot tables, why do we use pivot tables, what is the benefit of using pivot tables, etc. Multiple of different things, if then analysis, all of these things. Now, if you do not know all of these things, and if you have written in your resume as Excel, you might be stuck there, and the interviewer might think that you are lying overall as well, right? So if we have written something in our resume, we should be aware of it, and it's not very difficult for Excel. Honestly speaking, guys, there are a lot of courses available on YouTube. Now, I personally believe that, of course, because it is free of cost available, we are sometimes not really, हम लोग उसको cater नहीं करते, हम उसको care नहीं करते देखने की. But if you people are genuinely serious towards this particular thing, you should be doing, at least giving half an hour every single week, again a weekly activity, that you're giving it to your Microsoft Excel also, because very honestly speaking, this is one of the widely used tool across all of the domains, especially audit and risk consulting. Okay, so I hope that you people start with these skills, I think on a weekly basis. And even if your exams are coming, I think on a weekly basis, this is not a tough job, right? So that's that. Also, let me know, guys, if you people want a full-fledged course from us, which is not YouTube based, because honestly, as per my experience and talking to students, I've heard that this thing that people are not, everything is available on YouTube. Even this session which I'm doing today, it's available on YouTube. But sometimes when there's nobody to interact with you, have that conversation, be it live, have that doubt solutions, etc., you're not really interested to watch a plain one-led YouTube video. So that's that. The next tool that we're going to talk about is data visualization. Very, very important. This is, I think, the second most important, second most used tool in the corporate world and in your own businesses also, because nowadays we are all shifting to AI. We are not just stuck to our traditional data analytics, data, all the data that we have, we do analysis using a tool, right? So this is the first thing that we have, which is, these are the two tools among Tableau is a tool that you have, that you use to analyze data basically. So Power BI and Tableau. The Power BI tool is, of course, you already know of this one, that all the data that you have for any company, be it for your company, be it for whatever company that you're working for, it's really, really a very powerful tool for you to be able to understand and use it very, very wisely. I'm sure you would have seen a lot of videos on Instagram and coming, they show you lots and lots of charts like these also, that's shown in the picture, and they ask you that in how much time will you be able to make this particular chart, and then you're like, oh my god, I'll be taking a lot of time to analyze the data. And then they tell us, then in the video they tell us that you can make it in like 5 minutes by using this particular tool, and that's absolutely correct. If you know the right usage of the tool, you will be in a very good position to quickly analyze everything and tell it to for your own self, or in your job, you'll be able to do it very, very fast. Another tool is Tableau, which is again which is going to help you in complex data analysis. So nothing has to be done using your traditional methods. Everything that you can do is using these tools as well, which are widely used everywhere else. Again, guys, Power BI, Tableau. Also, if you go on YouTube, you'll be able to see a lot of content wherein they have from scratch explain the same thing. So if again you want to learn these, I would again say every single week. I'm just talking about weekly basis, not on daily basis. All right, weekly basis, to understand at least the basics, how to make them, try and make them on your own as well. It's not as tough. I have also started doing Power BI because it was required at my workplace, and at that time I was also very skeptical as to kya hoga and how is it and will I be able to do it or no. But it is simple, it's not very very tough, and once you understand how to do it, you'll actually start enjoying it also, to make tables and flow charts and pie charts like those, right? So the next thing that we are going to discuss, actually Tushita is going to discuss, is data analytics and data science. Now this is also one such thing which you people have heard a lot of times, I'm sure. Even ACCA now is having another addition to its professional levels, the optional papers basically, which is your data science. And this is again which is booming. What it is, how can it be useful, Tushita will tell us.
Okay, guys, I'm back. How are you liking the session? Useful so far?
Very
Yes?
useful.
Okay, that's great. All right. So now we're going to discuss about how data analytics can be useful, especially for accounting and finance professionals like us. So the very first thing being, data is something which can be useful literally anything and everything. You just have to know how to use the data. So what are some of the things that we can use the data for, the numbers for? So I can analyze my revenue, that if the revenue is growing, what is the pattern? Every month, maybe I'm growing by 10%. Now, what can I do so that I can grow by 20% next month? So you have to identify what are the patterns in which your revenue is growing, and then further, what is the reason why your revenue is increasing. So that once I know the reason why people are buying more for me, maybe I can enhance that, maybe I can improve more on that so that people will buy more from me. So this is about revenue. Then another thing which the companies want, every company is going to is operating for just one purpose, that is to make money, that is to make profits. So how do I improve my profitability when it comes to the customers? So which are the customers who are maybe buying the most amount of goods and services from me? Which customers can I cater to more so that I can make more and more profits? Further, any company, they want to minimize their costs, because costs are straight away subtracted from the revenue to get to the profits. So if I find a way to minimize my cost, then also as a company I can make good amount of profit. So how do I optimize my cost? How do I reduce my cost so that the cost will be as less as possible and I can make more and more money as profits? Further, fraud detection is something which companies are facing a lot of emphasis today also, because with so many artificial intelligence and so many updates and changes happening all around the world, we are seeing that it's now becoming extremely more likely that frauds are also going to take place. So how can companies detect, prevent the fraud? That is something which is also the data analytics can be used for. Guys, I can see that some of you are trying to annotate on the screen. You are not going to achieve anything with that. It's only going to disrupt and distract the flow of the session. So please abstain from doing that. Further, you can also use the data for forecasting. Now, we all know that whatever is happening today, whatever has happened in the past, we can't do much about it. But I can do something so that the future will look better. So how do I try to predict the future? How much of revenue can a company expect? How much of cost can a company expect? If I know all of these things, then I can try to predict the future, I can try to make it even more better. Just like how we have the weather forecast. So if you live in a rainy area, before you leave for your work, before you leave for outside, you might check the forecast. Is it going to rain? Then I'm going to carry an umbrella. So same way, the forecast is going to help you protect you from getting the damage. So same way, using data, when companies predict their future, they can find out what are the things which can possibly go wrong, and then they can use the corrective measures for that. So these are a few ways in which the data that we analyze, the companies can use it to their advantage. Now, what are the basic tools that we can use? Excel has some of the tools. We can use Power BI, we can use SQL, we can use Python. Now, these are some of the tools, guys, which as per Nya was also mentioning to you people, that she also uses them on her day-to-day basis, not SQL and Python, but at least Excel and Power BI. These are the things which we use on a day-to-day basis, right? So, it's very, very important that we have these skills, because it will make you an extremely valuable candidate for the accounting and finance related roles. And not just accounting and finance, anything and everything that you want to do, data you'll have every place. So for example, where you sell groceries, they will also have data. If you go to a very big company like Amazon, who's operating on a global level, they also have data. So data is something which is generated, curated at every level, no matter where you're working, big or small. Even if you're running your own business, then also you'll have some data accumulated. So how you can use that data to your advantage, that is what data analytics is going to teach you. Further, we also have data science. Data science and data analytics are related, but I would say that data science is even one step further in it. We are going to have a detailed session which is going to be coming soon. We will share the details with you towards the end of this session, wherein we are going to tell you how data science can also be used in today's world. What are the things that you can do with it? Whatever techniques that we are developing with data science, they are continuously changing the way things are working. How many of you, I'll give you an example of the technology coming into your day-to-day life. How many of you use UPI? Is that even a question? If you're an Indian, how many of you use UPI? Yes, that's something which you practically almost use every day. Right? So you're always using UPI, right? Now, this is also how was this possible? Because we integrated technology and finance. This is the way to go for the future, guys. How easy has UPI made your job? I know that, because of UPI, we tend to overspend also. But all of the hassles that we used to have earlier, waiting to add, if let's suppose I have to make a bank transfer, I have to add a beneficiary, wait for 30 minutes, then make a payment. But now with UPI, everything has become faster. Everything has become time efficient. Everything has become to be requiring lesser of resources, lesser of efforts. So this is something, if you bring a technology like this can really help you make a lot of money. So companies, you yourself can set up your business. You can help companies expand onto their products with the help of data analytics, with the help of data science. So what all can data science be used for? You can again use it for detection of the fraud. We can try to find out what are the risks which the company can face and what can be the solutions for that. I can also do the credit scoring. So if let's suppose I run a bank where my job is to give loans to different customers, I cannot give a loan to anybody and everybody. I have to first see whether they are even worthy of being given the credit or not. So I check their credit scores with the help of data science. I can also do my investment analysis. So guys, this is something which I do on a day-to-day basis. Portfolio optimization. I tell my clients where they should put their money so that they'll be able to make the best of the returns. So how do you think we do that? We do it with the help of data. We analyze that data, we put it into different models, and we find out what are the ways with which my clients are going to be able to make the maximum amount of gains as possible. We have something called as algorithmic trading. So gone are the days when people used to manually do the trading. So if you talk about, if I talk about my own office, 90% of the people who were working as manual traders, who used to, use their hands to quickly enter in the transactions, they are gone now. Why? Because algorithms have replaced everything. Nobody any longer longer wants to go with the manual trading. They want to use algorithms because algorithms are faster. Chances of error are much, much lesser. So this is going to be the future, guys. You have to, learn about these new things. Otherwise, you will be definitely left behind in this race. So, whatever skills that what ACCA students, whether you're doing maybe CFA or any other qualification, irrespective of whatever you're doing, if you're not continuously upskilling yourself in these things, you are going to be very much left behind. Further, what are the things that you should have so that you can be a high value professional? First of all, let me know how many of you want to be a professional who is going to have a high value. You want that people in your company should think, oh, wow, this is a person who has so many skills. Do you want people to say that about you? Do you want to become a person like that? Yes or no? Yes, of course. So, what are the things that you should possess? Now, this is not going to happen overnight. You will have to work upon yourself. You'll have to build those skills into yourself. So, what are the things that will help you become a complete package of a high professional? You have to have your knowledge of finance, which ACCA is given to you. You have to know your technical skills. You have to know your AI related analyticals. When it comes to technical skills, skills like financial modeling, budgeting, forecasting, finding out the value of any business, risk analysis, preparing reports for the management, doing industry research, these are all technical skills. Now, this will vary from industry to industry, company to company, wherever you people are working. So, whatever it is that, financial modeling, budgeting, these are some things, valuation, these are some things which mostly all companies are going to need. So, work on these skills, work on skills which excite you. Maybe I am interested in analyzing the risk. So, maybe I can look at risk analysis courses, right? So, these are some of the technical skills which I should be possessing. It's not mandatory that you have all of these skills. You can pick as per your interest, as per your liking, whatever is in the area where you wish to work, maybe. Then some of the soft skills. So soft skills like these are going to be the not the skills that you actually use for your work, but these are skills which will be important for you to should be able to think in a structured manner. You should be able to interact with your clients properly, conveying to them the things, negotiation, presenting the way that you are thinking in the right manner, being able to write professionally. Now, there are so many AI related tools which can help you with most of these things, but you have to put in that effort. If there's this classic story that we've been hearing for a very long time. Personally, my father tells it to me all the time, right from my childhood, that if you talk about the lion is the king of the jungle, right? But does he get what the food that he has to eat? Does he get it served by his side table? What do you think? Does the food the lion have to eat, is it served to him on his side table without putting in any efforts? No. He has to go out, he has to hunt, and he has to get himself food, even if he's the king of the jungle. But now, here we are living in today's modern times. We are not even a king, right? So, we have to work hard so that we are able to get these skills. The skills are not going to come to you directly. You have to put in that first effort. You have to initiate so that you'll be able to learn these skills. So, whatever it is that you people want to achieve, if you want to become a good working professional, a highly valuable finance professional, you have to put in that extra mile, that extra effort, which will set you apart from the other people. So these are some of the soft skills. Then we have the AI and technology related skills. So being able to use ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT, guys, is an extremely useful resource, but it is only useful if you know how to use it. So let's suppose I want to get a analysis done. Maybe I am thinking to analyze Reliance Industries and I want to find out whether I should invest in it or not. So one way is maybe I could give ChatGPT a prompt, analyze Reliance Industries and tell me whether I should invest or not. This is prompt one. Now I'm giving you two prompts. You people think and let me know which one is a better prompt. This is prompt number one where I'm telling ChatGPT, I don't know why I call ChatGPT him. Let's suppose I'm telling ChatGPT that I want to analyze Reliance Industries and give me a rating whether I should buy or sell it, right? This is prompt one. Now, then in prompt two, let's suppose I'm telling ChatGPT, act as a senior financial advisor working in a top fund management company, having a work experience of 15 years, do an analysis of Reliance Industries' financial and non financial performance, analyze whatever are the recent financial statements, the debt to equity ratios, the director's information, and any other relevant information, and let me know using the Warren Buffett's investment style whether I should invest in the company. What rating will you give? Yeah, should I buy or should I sell? Now, these are two prompts that I have told to you. Which one do you think is a better prompt? Prompt number two any day. So chat gpt will be available to person one who will use prompt one. Chat gpt is also available to person two who is using prompt two. So who is going to make better decisions? The one who used prompt two, right? So which person do you have to become? You have to become the second person who used the prompt two. So this is not something which will automatically happen. You have to continuously search things, you have to continuously learn things so that you're able to use chat gpt better. I hope that with this example you understand why I am saying that same chat gpt can give different responses, right? So you have to learn the right way to use chat gpt. This is something which even we have been working upon from the past years when chat gpt came into existence. Punya and I both are very much interested in this, so we are continuously even ourselves finding out ways that how we can continuously get better at it. So you people can let us know if you would want to have a session like that wherein we will tell you how you can use these technology tools better. Further, we have Microsoft Copilot. So it's similar to ChatGPT. It will help you with some of the day-to-day things, researching about something and other aspects. There are also I have been doing some research, and there are also some tools which have been making my life easier in the recent times. There are so many AI softwares which can act as a personal assistant for you. So let's suppose I have to get this thing done, so I just have to tell this tool and that thing will be done. I don't have to manually do anything at all. So this is the power of the new tools that are coming up. We just have to equip ourselves to be able to use these tools to our advantage. That is what will help you retain your job, be in those two people out of the five who are going to get to keep their jobs. So this is about that. Then summarizing data, automating the workflows. Workflow is telling about let's suppose I have to do, let's suppose there's a transaction that is happening. There's a restaurant. Now, for all the bills that they are doing in the entire day, they are going to, they want to record all of the transactions that are happening. So, do you think that for a restaurant where there are 500 number of, people coming and eating every day, do you think it will be manually possible to record all of the transactions? What do you guys think? On an everyday basis, 500 transactions daily where we are recording customer information, the food that they are eating, the prices that they are paying, the GST that they are paying. No, it's practically impossible. So that is automated using a workflow. So workflow, you set up a procedure, just like how you have flow charts. That this will be step one. Once step one is done, then we will move to step two. Step two is done, then we will move to step three. So this way workflows are created so that the manual work is becoming automated. We have even done some of the automation for us at Being ACCA because Punya and I both working as founders. We have to look at so many different aspects. We are continuously bringing the new courses for you. We are conducting these live sessions. So the time that we have, we feel that even 24 hours in one day is very limited time. So we cannot be doing all of this work manually. So we ourselves have also set up these workflows through which we are getting the manual work automated. So these are the things which if you combine together, then you will become a highly valuable finance professional, right? Then further, just To conclude this session, Punya will tell you how you can start to build your future now. Before we do that, I just see some of the responses in the chat box. I'll quickly get to those and then I'll hand over to Punya for the conclusion of the session. Gaganpreet says, for these skills, do you think it's important to have a certification in them? Because nowadays I keep seeing ads of people, of organizations who are selling such courses. Gaganpreet, you can definitely learn from YouTube. You do not have to have certificates for it. Just that when you go for your job interviews, you should be able to, convey it to the interviewer that anything is not going to help me. But even if I don't have a certificate, but I actually know how to get the job done, that is what will matter to my employer. Certificate is just a piece of paper. You can even, AI will generate a certificate also for you. So that is not necessary. Um, Having tested a few of the chatbots, Claude seems to be quite good of a communicator. The structure of it is far better than ChatGPT. Yeah, so we can definitely have a comparison also that which AIs will be better for which of the things that you have to get done. We can also include that in the AI session, which we can possibly create for you if you people are interested in that. Okay, so now I am handing over to Punya as to how you people can start building your future now.
All right, guys, I'm back and let's conclude the session now. Quickly, I'll just discuss the last. So, again, to summarize the full session, that whatever we have discussed, the first thing is to start from scratch. I'm sure you people, some of you people, of course, not all, might not be familiar with these tools that we just now today discussed, and which are very, very, honestly speaking, very widely used tools also. So, the first thing that you should be doing to be better than the others is learning these tools that we just today discussed, which is Excel, Power BI, data analytics, data science, SQL, Tableau, any other tools that you might be aware of which are used in your specific domains. You can also study more about them. Just keep upskilling yourself. That's the main thing that we require. The next thing is developing communication. Now, communication, guys, is very, very important, as Tushita also discussed the same thing, that without you being able to communicate, without you being able to tell the other person what you're trying to say, even if you know everything really well, right? But if you're not able to communicate, you won't be able to stand out in respect of the other people. So have that confidence. How to build communication? You don't need to have some classes or something for it. It just happens naturally. You can communicate with your peers in certain different scenarios. Take participation into different activities. आजकल तो कितनी सारी activities आती हैं जहाँ पे we have communication scenarios wherein people do public speaking, etc. So enroll yourself into certain different things. If you are somebody who cannot communicate well, use all of these strategies and techniques to be able to know how to actually communicate and have that confidence. I think communication, the main thing that you require for communication is also your confidence. If you're not confident enough, even if you have that skill, you might not be able to use that skill, right? So be confident whenever you're speaking to any senior, any same level person, or even a junior, right? That's the second thing. Third thing is stay data curious. Again, as we spoke in today's session also, that you as a person who is in this industry nowadays, because everything is so fast moving. Every other day we have a new AI company coming in, new AI tools coming in, new type of artificial intelligence coming in, and we sometimes, me and Tushita also, sometimes we sit and we think how is it moving so fast, and every single day we come across something which is very new, and we think that this might change the whole game, right? And we might think that, oh my god, this is also getting automated, this is also something that AI is able to do. So you have to keep your ears and eyes and brains always open, and always be curious to learn new things. Don't just sit like a robot and think that everything will happen on its own. It's not going to happen like that, guys, because that is a main difference between somebody who is going to lose a job and somebody who is not going to lose a job. Because a lot of people ask us that will AI replace humans? Absolutely not. It will only replace humans who are not upskilling themselves, who do not contain or have that much of hard work and also smart work to be able to be there in the industry, right? So keep doing that smart work plus hard work and keep upskilling yourselves. Okay, now since we mentioned about one of the things which is about our data analytics, data science, we are bringing to you people industry expert. She is Soumya Dhingra. She is working in Keysight Technologies as a machine learning engineer. So she is going to have, again, this is a free session that we're going to have for you people on the next Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m. This is the QR that you can register for. Again, it's a free session wherein she'll discuss in detail regarding, today we discussed the surface level things for data analytics, data science, how is it useful. She actually uses all of these things in her day-to-day work, and she has also derived a lot of different things which might be helpful for you people. So we have requested her to come, and she'll be having a session on Sunday wherein she'll be talking about all of these things. So you can register via this QR. Only the people who are going to register are going to get the link for the same thing, and it won't be recorded. So please make your calendars free so that you're available for this particular session on Sunday. So with this, we end the session. I'm going to quickly take few doubts, few questions, and then we'll end the session. How to build a resume for corporate world. Resume building, I think we have already talked about. There's a video on our YouTube channel which talks about the same thing. But I would just like to say, make it clean, make it super, super small. Don't make it like two to three pages. Nobody's interested to check out your resume of 2 to 3 pages. If you are a fresher, if you are somebody who has a wide experience, of course, then you'll be having a 2 pager. But keep it one page, keep it neat and clean, as in it should be clean in terms of whatever you have done. Don't lie in your resume. Whatever you have done, write it truthfully into your resume. Of course, you sometimes tend to increase the aspect of it. Like if we know Excel a little bit, we write advanced Excel. But again, you should be, smart enough to do that as well. So don't lie, make it super clean, include all of the things that you have done in your resume. I think then you'll be good to go.
Also, guys, there's an AI tool which can help you with your resumes. So if we conduct an AI session, we can help you with that also.
Can you tell some authentic website from which we can learn the Excel, Power BI, etc.? You can go to Coursera, every other tools. YouTube, I think, is another thing that can help us out. And we also will be bringing to you some of these courses. We are starting with the data analytics very soon. We're also going to bring you other courses very, very soon. Gaganpreet says this session has been of great value. I would love to see such sessions coming up in the future, maybe on the topics such as interview preparation, things like resume building. Gaganpreet, we have already had a session for resume building and interview preparation. If you people like, we'll have another session for the same thing. Okay. What will be the right time to start getting a hold of AI and automation stuff? As soon as possible, Priyal. I think this is the right time that you start investing in all of these things. Is constantly updating and changing in really rapidly. I mean, knowledge level, and it's a confusion in my end that skills I require now might be. No. They won't get outdated. It will just keep on changing. So with the pace of time, you will also keep on evolving with those changes, whatever happening. So uske liye don't wait when the final thing will happen, only then I will learn it, because that is not going to come. It is going to continuously, change from now. So it's sorry. Any best YouTube channels for Excel? Sneha, there are a lot of them, and I think all of the YouTube channels are great, only for Excel specifically, so it's okay. You can check out any of them. You can also DM us. We might be able to help you out with the same thing if you would like that. Done with 6 papers. Should we start? Absolutely, yes. Why not? Why not? As soon as possible. PER, as soon as possible. You should start with your PER and doing jobs and internships, etc. What is the right approach for job application? Because I'm feeling so lost because everyone keeps saying build your network on LinkedIn, but I don't understand how to reach out to people. Like what? Why would they listen to? Why would they not listen to you? You have that. Don't again. First of all, remove that thinking from your mind that nobody is going to listen to me. That confidence has to come from within, right, Gaganpreet? Next thing would be to again, if you want to go into, let's take an example. Supposing you want to go into audit field, okay? So and a specific company, for example, let's say Deloitte, okay? Now that's just an example, okay? So if you go onto LinkedIn, find people who are in Deloitte and who are working in audit domain. You can just type search on LinkedIn Deloitte audit and it will get you multiple searches. Connect with them, follow with them. What if they don't reply? It's okay, they don't reply. Some of them will reply, right? So do that cold calling. I would say do content creation also on LinkedIn. I think this is one such thing which I would want you people also, if you are interested, of course, do that, because that is going to, I see a lot of people who are in knowledge level especially, and I encourage them a lot. I do tend to comment on their posts, etc., because when you start posting on LinkedIn, it is going to get you a lot more traction than you get otherwise. So it is going to help you a lot to build those networks also, because you can reach out to them on LinkedIn also, etc. So it's going to help out a lot in building networks also. So try that probably. It's given me the motivation to get on upskilling my skills, and where we have talked about. Would love to partake in the AI session. Thank you so much. In generic posting enough to create a presence on LinkedIn? No, general posting, relevant posting actually. So if it is relevant, it's fine. Neha, we are not taking these questions in this particular session. How can we start with that content creation? Like write content, what about? Again, Neha, use AI. What are the trending topics that people are looking forward with? Talk about the opinions that you have upon AI, finance, accounting, world. Search upon Google. So take that first step from your end. What are the trending topics? Talk about that. I've seen so many people talking about these recent changes about the war, oil pricing getting higher, etc. So just a normal conversation that you're going to start on LinkedIn, probably you're going to get traction. Building that network also, and simultaneously keep on messaging people. Of course there can be scenarios wherein people don't reply to you because they have other things also to do. That's completely all right. Even I used to do the same thing, but I hardly used to get any replies, but I still used to do it. And right now when I actually reach out to some people, they do reply back because of the network that I've created. So try that. How can we start? Again, the same thing. I just mentioned that pick up, if you are interested in doing any sort of mentorship, or if you want to talk about your journey, you can start with that. Any relevant topic, you can start with that. So yeah, that's that. Can you give an example of how to write, what to write people on LinkedIn? Harsh, again, use tools, use chat gpt, etc. Let's suppose, take an example. If you want to get into the same example that I told you, Deloitte audit, message people over there that, hey, I have these qualifications. Let's suppose say BCom plus ACCA I'm doing, these many papers I've completed, I'm interested in the job, can you please refer to me, or can you guide me, how can I move ahead into this career ahead, what are your learnings, etc. So something on those lines. All right, guys. I think we don't have any other questions. I hope, guys, that the session was helpful for you all. Free to reach out us on Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp. We'll be more than happy to help you out with the same thing. And please register for this particular course. I'm sure, again, this is again free for everybody of you, just like today's session. And I'm sure it is going to help out all of you a lot, because she's somebody who is right now working from, I think, 3.5 years into the same industry. She has a lot of experience in all of these things. So she's going to help you a lot in, if you are interested in data analytics, science, etc. And also, since this is a new course that ACCA is also bringing to you in 2027, so it is also going to give you a very good base for the same. All right, guys. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining the session. I hope it was helpful for you all. You are already added into our WhatsApp groups. If you have any other recommendations like AI, I think you talked about, Excel, you talked about, Power BI, people talked about. So similar sessions we're going to keep on conducting for you people. We're also going to launch full-fledged courses also, wherein we are talking about all of these things so that you don't have to go to YouTube or all of these things to, just to find content. You have everything ready with you. You just have to put in your time and energy into it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining the session. I hope it was helpful for you. Bye bye.